From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's voice briefing. It's Friday, June 12th, 2026.
This is Todd Spangler, Washington correspondent for the Detroit Free Press. Earlier this week, we reported that this Friday, there would finally be a ceremonial opening for the Gordie Howe Bridge between Detroit and Windsor. Well, that's off now. On Thursday, the head of the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority said the opening was being postponed. Chuck Andery, the interim CEO, wasn't specific about the holdup, only that Canada and the U.S. need to take some time to resolve any outstanding issues. Sources have emphasized to us that whatever the holdup is, it won't threaten the long-term opening of the bridge. And that tracks with what Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said to reporters this week when he said that if there were a delay, it's still, quoting him here, no drama. The only thing is, U.S. President Trump back in February said he wouldn't let the bridge open unless Canada made some unspecified trade concessions. As far as we know, no deal on that has been reached. And while we know Michigan Governor Whitmer has been talking to the White House to get the bridge open at last, we're not sure what those discussions have been like. Still, most of the folks involved with the bridge are pretty sure it will open and probably open in the near future as hoped.
Fierce storms that swept across Detroit Wednesday evening caused emergency workers to rescue several people who were in boats that capsized. I'm ML Elric on guard government watchdog columnist at the Detroit Free Press, and I was on Belle Isle last night when police, fire, Michigan conservation officers, and Coast Guard watched as overturned boats bobbed in the river just off the beach on Belle Isle. Detroit police told me that 4 sailboats capsized and the harbor master rescued 9 people. Other media reports gave varying figures of how many people were rescued, but no fatalities were reported. Thanks for reading the Free Press, and thanks for subscribing. Your support helps us get to the bottom of stories like this one.
This is Liam Rapley for the Detroit Free Press. Have you ever wondered why some Detroit freeways are posted at 50 miles an hour while the pace of traffic is flying by at 80 or 90? According to the Michigan Department of Transportation, speed limits come down to 2 main factors: a freeway's age and its design. Older roads, like the Lodge and Southfield freeways, were built more than 60 years ago when vehicles were slower and road standards were different. Their tight curves, short merge lanes, narrow shoulders, and limited sight lines make higher speed limits unsafe, even if many drivers exceed them. The Michigan Department of Transportation told the Free Press that newer freeways, like I-696 and parts of I-75, were designed for higher speeds with wider lanes, gentler curves, and longer acceleration areas. That's why they can safely support 70-mile-per-hour speed limits. If you've noticed the speed limits changing on roads like I-94 or I-96, that's because urban sections through Detroit are older, busier, and more constrained than their suburban counterparts. So, while drivers may treat speed limits as suggestions, engineers set them based on one thing: what the road was actually built to handle. For more, visit freep.com.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend, and you'll hear more from us Monday.